G'day everyone, and welcome to another seashell cabinet tour. So my last shell cabinet tour was around, it was over a year ago, and for the last few months people have been saying, Maddie, that last cabinet tour was about a year ago, when are you going to show us how it looks now? And finally, it is time to show you all how the cabinet is looking these days. So yes, super excited to show us all how it looks. And let me just grab the camera off the tripod so we can get right in there. So just like the last time I did a shell cabinet display tour, I'm having so much trouble figuring out where to start off with. I will leave a link in the description down below for the first cabinet tour if you do want to see it. It's not required though. And I will also leave some information about these acrylic risers, the little stands that the shells are on, and the setup in general, in case you are interested in elevating your own shell displays at home. But for now, let's check out what I've gotten here. So starting off, I still have a big, beautiful jar of lace coral right at the back here. When I pick it up at the beach, it's usually a brown color. This stuff in here is bleached clean, so it's turned kind of pink and whites and creams. It's like a very lovely color. On top is a limpet up there. We won't look at Mr. Limpet. Over here are some large Murexes. Actually, I should mention this. All of these Murexes are not ones that I've found. They have come from other people. And I think in the last cabinet video, I said that a third of the shells were ones that I'd found, a third were from ones that I had bought from shell shows and other places, and the other third were ones that I had been given. I think that the amount of shells that I've been given and bought has vastly outstripped the ones that I have self-collected, and it's mostly because the world is full of beautiful shells in places further away than where I can reach in my car, and I just want to enjoy and display them. So yes, there are a lot of shells here which I did not collect, and I do want to say thank you, oh my goodness, thank you so much to the people who have sent me shells. I mention it all the time in the unboxing videos that I do on YouTube here. Seriously, people part with such amazing treasures for me, and I am so grateful. This one is a pink-mouthed Murex that I got from a lady named Pam. She is in the United States. Thank you very much to Pam. She sent me a lot of wonderful North American shells that really kickstarted my collection when I was very early into collecting and displaying shells. This one is an alabaster Murex. Ooh, don't put it in the wrong spot. We've got a Ramosis Murex right next to it. Super lovely. Underneath them are smaller Murexes, and that one's a Triton, and a few other smaller different species. Oh, this one's cute. Look at him. I think he was was it Ladiaxis? Oh my goodness, he is absolutely beautiful. I got him from the Yeppoon Shell Show. He's got a couple of very nice shells next to him too. There's also a little Rose Murex from United States next to him too, which was from a lovely lady named Ruth. Oh my goodness, I really cannot say thank you enough to the people who have given me such beautiful shells. This is one that I bought though. It is a golden cowrie. This is one of my favorite shells in here. Is it kind of it's kind of like a cliche, really. Of course, one of the nicest shells is a golden cowrie. They're very, very sought after for a reason, and it is because of their beauty. They're only found in the Philippines. I have a second one right there. Absolutely wonderful shells. This one's also quite wonderful next to it. It's new from the new since the last shell cabinet tour. There we go, got my words out. It is the apricot coloured cowrie. It is native to Australia. Its scientific name is Umbelia armeniaca, and I'm saying that specifically because if you want to find it to buy, it's not exactly a cheap shell, but if you did want to find it to buy, I doubt you would find it with the English name. You would have to search with that scientific name. Next to it is a large cowrie. It is the tortoise cowrie. I think it is and don't quote me on this, the second largest cowrie in the world. Not this cowrie specifically, but the species in general. I think the only cowrie that gets larger than this, that's not a fossil cowrie, is the Atlantic deer cowrie from the United States. Up the top here are some Campbell strombuses from Hervey Bay that I collected. A few more shells up there, and down there are checkerboard bonnets and banded bonnets, all put into a nice jar. Just some nice ones that I rather liked. Oh, look, like, isn't he eye-catching? Look at this guy. I got this guy from Mr. Sheller, another person who I am extremely grateful towards. He went on a cruise to Papua New Guinea last year, and he asked if I wanted anything. And I said, oh, you know, if you see a chambered nautilus, could you get me one? I actually wanted some baby ones, but there weren't any little baby ones, but there were some nice big ones. They are very, very cheap from Papua New Guinea. I think for Australian dollar wise, this was about a $5 shell. They're usually like $70 if you want to get them here, or maybe $50 if you get a good price on one. So yeah, very cheap in Papua New Guinea. There's a lot of cheap market stalls and shells there. I guess it's a lovely place. I've never gone. Maybe one day I'll get to Papua New Guinea. Also over here, yes, there's more cowries. These are self-collected eroded cowries, some of the best and shiniest ones. Same with the graceful cowries and the small-toothed cowries as well. There's a lot of lovely shells up here. Oh, for my 2 years on YouTube, my 2-year anniversary, I did a UV light special where I shone a UV light onto my shell cabinet before I reorganized it, and this was one of the ones that glows. It is an Angaria shell. I think this one is specifically Vic Dan's Angaria. I don't know if that's right. It is also called a dolphin shell in English, and there's a lot of different species of them, so that's just one of the species, but I think they all, I don't want to say all of them, but a lot of them do glow under UV light. Over here, oh my good golly goodness, let's take a look at this guy. He is from the same shell genus as the apricot-colored cowrie. It is Umbilia hesitata. Again, I'm saying the scientific name in case you do want to search it, because I do not think it will pop up with the English name, which is the wonder cowrie. It is another native Australian shell, so it is not found anywhere else in the world. My goodness, so up here is a lot of cowries that I just really, really love. I think the only ones I found are the grape cowries up here. So there are 4 different grape cowries up here. This one is still one of my favorites that I found. Yes, favorite because he has that freak opening, super duper unusual. But the best one is probably the one next to it with all the great stipplings and nice shine on him. That is a very, very lovely grape cowrie. But for some of the bigger cowries around it, this one is also new from my last video. Yes, let's look at him. Oh my goodness, I was super excited to get him. He's still one of my favorites since I got him. It is a rat cowrie. They are found in the western coastlines of Africa. Ooh, the autofocus. It's too powerful for the autofocus. Some shells are just like that, everyone. Anyway, before I got this one, I was looking to buy one of them off of eBay. But a lot of them on eBay had like weird quote-unquote pollution scarring. They looked very rough on top. They just weren't nice and shiny. I'm not really sure why though. But yeah, that is a very nice rat cowrie. They are hard to find in nice condition, apparently. This one here is another native to Australia shell. It is a Zoila cowrie. That is a genus of cowries that are only in Western Australia. This one is specifically the Friends cowrie. Oh my goodness, it is absolutely so lovely. Zoila cowries, they're not super cheap to acquire either. This is the only one I've got other than that cream colored one down there. So I haven't added any more of these to my collection from the last time. Next to it is a Panamanian deer cowrie. This one's another cute one from Africa. I forget the name of it. Cypraevula was the genus. I forget the species name. It's just a super nice one that I really like. I got that one from the Yeppoon Shell Show. Next one is really cool. Look at this one. This is also one of my favorite cowries in here. So about a year ago, I did a shell trade with a man in Victoria, and Victoria has Fossil Beach, and you can sometimes find fossils there. This one is a little fossilized. Oh my goodness, that autofocus is super struggling. Sorry everyone. A fossilized cowrie with a very elongated shape. That's just how the cowries were back in the day, or at least some of them anyway. So yeah, super in love with that little shell. Right next to everything, we have some ton shells. Oh, I did forget to mention, behind there is the carapace of a Atlantic horseshoe crab that I got from the lovely lady Jan. So thank you very much, Jan, for that one. It is standing on like a little book rest behind there. It's kind of like a nice backdrop. You can't see all of it, but oh my goodness, super lovely and spiky. She also sent me this one. My goodness, I think it is a Chinese ton. I'm not sure. I'm not super great at identifying ton shells. This one is from Mr. Sheller. He collected that in northern New South Wales. I don't want to pick it up because it's placed very specifically on that little acrylic stand. It is a partridge ton. A Pacific partridge ton, I want to say, because there is an Atlantic partridge ton, I believe. In here are lovely little coquina clams from Mexico from Erin. Thank you so much to Erin. I shoved all of them into a little jar and they were absolutely beautiful. Next to it all are some very lovely precious Wental traps. Yes, let me touch you without knocking you over. I found the big one and the smaller one at Hervey Bay, and the middle one was a gift from Trudy. Thank you very much to Trudy. I haven't chatted to her in a while, so I hope she's doing all right. Over here are yet more cowries. Oh my goodness, am I spending too much time on the cowries? I'm sorry, everyone. They make me very happy. This one is one of my most happiest ones. I got this guy from the Yeppoon Shell Show once again. It is an eglantine cowrie, and it is melanistic. So instead of it looking like that or like that, it's super black on top, super heavily pigmented. Am I saying that word right? Anyway, super black because it is melanistic. It's just an absolutely lovely shell. Over here we've got the ventral cowrie. Oh my goodness, this one's from the Europe or the Red Sea. I think it was not the beautiful cowrie, it was the lurid cowrie, that's the one. Another one from the Red Sea is the panther cowrie. It looks a lot like the tiger cowries, doesn't it? And this one, I really like this ugly guy. I think my friend who was with me when I bought it was like, why the hell did you buy this? It is another rat cowrie. So it is the same as Mr. Speckled Guy up here. Once again from the western side of Africa. It is super large, super heavy, super calloused around the base there. So he is like extra chunky boy. But the strange thing is that despite being so heavily adult and mature and heavy, he never actually grew his top speckling on top. You can still see like a blue shade of his juvenile coloration underneath it. Plus he's got some fish bites on top there, so something was trying to eat the big boy. Anyway, kind of an ugly shell, but I kind of love him. So he's also one of the favorites in here. Underneath this display is the only humpback cowrie I ever found. He was sitting front and center in the last shell cabinet tour, but he's under there now. Next to him is an Atlantic deer cowrie that Mr. Sheller got for me. Not from America, he got him from a shell show and then gave it to me because I missed out. Very, very nice of him. Over here are some of my absolutely smallest Wental trap finds. I think if I collected a Wental trap and it was below a certain size, I just shoved it into this little bottle. Very, very cute little bottle. Put them up there without dropping it. And, oh my goodness, over here, self-collected giant hairy tritons. I made cleaning videos or short videos for these two in particular. Oh my goodness, there are so many things I want to look at here. I don't know if I'm moving too fast or too slow. I'm sorry if I'm moving too slow, everyone. This one is just beautiful with that tooth line. The English name is the square-toothed cowrie or the blunt-toothed cowrie. Either one of them is fine, I think. And this guy in particular is from Hawaii. I think it's endemic only to Hawaii. And I got that one from the Yeppoon Shell Show as well. Oh, you are going to like not go back, aren't you? Good enough. There we go. So yes, over here we've got a couple of Arabian cowries. Another Arabian cowrie, another Arabian cowrie, another Arabian cowrie. I have a lot of Arabian cowries. Another panther cowrie. That one is the harlequin cowrie. This one is another humpback cowrie that Mr. Sheller gave to me. Tiger cowries in that back area. That biggest one I think was from northern New South Wales. Yeah, Mr. Sheller gave that one to me too. Oh my goodness, more Arabian cowries that I found. Honestly, if I get more cowries, I'll start having to take out some of my Arabian cowrie finds. These two over here are very large shark eye moon snails from Pam in Texas. Thank you to her. There is a bladder moon snail that I found right here. I have 3 favorite bladder moon snails from the hundreds of moon snails that I found, but I only managed to fit him in here. There are so many shells. I mean, you might notice it if you've like watched my unboxings, watched all my videos for going to the beach and finding shells. There is a lot of shells that I just could not fit in here. Very, very unfortunate. I had to make a lot of very difficult decisions. Right at the front here, which one do we want to look at? This is my first zigzag cowrie right there. There's a very nice little small-toothed cowrie right here. And there are some extremely tiny little egg cowries that I found right here. So they are super duper lovely. Oh my good golly goodness. This one's nice. I like him. Mr. Sheller gave him to me. He is a coxswain cowrie or something to that effect. Oh, this is another nice one here. Here's another Cypraea vula from Africa. I think it was the dark-toothed cowrie as the English name. Oh my goodness, I cannot remember now. There is a lot of seriously amazing shells here. I'm just absolutely so spoiled for them. Like, oh, this guy, let's take a look at him. He's not a cowrie, he is an eggshell. He was the favorite shell find of 2024. It is the pink avula, and my thumb very easily hides that brown spot. He's not perfect, but he was like the find that I wanted to find. So I was very happy to, to get him. Oh my goodness, let's go down to the second shelf before I like gush over the cowries even more. At the back over here, oh, there is a ton shell. I think I got that from an eBay listing. I could take it out and put something I like more up there someday. Over here, yeah, got a little ammonite fossil. It was just like from a souvenir type of store. I do like fossil seashells. I can find fossil seashells in Australia, but I have to go very far to very specific places, so I haven't had the opportunity to do that yet. In the jar underneath here are a lot of my juvenile cowries. So they just go into the nice jar. There's juvenile Arabians, juvenile eroded cowries. That spotty one that you see in the middle there is a juvenile corica cowrie, I believe. Put it back very, very carefully. Do not drop anything. Oh, there we go. In the back here, I have a big Baylor shell from Mr. Sheller. Thank you very much for that. Oh my goodness, this one was from Jan too. I have forgotten the name of it. It is a, wait, did I say Baylor shell? I meant to say it's a volute shell. There we go. Baylors are technically in the volute family, I think. Let's say yes. Oh, this is a Baylor from Western Australia. Actually, the last video I just made was from the Western Australian shell unboxing. This one was in it. There we go, put them back up there. There is some more volute shells under there. There is another chambered nautilus, but it is polished, so it is super, super shiny. Oh, this is very nice. Can I pick you up? This is oh, it's very heavy. Don't drop this one. It is, oh, don't drop this one. It is fossilized seashells in a chunk of rocky matrix. I believe it is 16 million years old. In the jar underneath it are lamellate Venuses that I have found in Hervey Bay. These three volutes here are nice, right? I got all of these from the same guy I bought my apricot coloured cowrie from. This one is a bat volute. That one is a bat volute, and that one is also a bat volute. Yes, they are all the same species. I believe this one was found in Mati Island, M-A-T-I. So it is the subspecies that comes from there. I think that one also came from Mati Island. Bat volutes have a very, very different range of appearances. They're a very interesting species of shell. Up here in Knobdwelks, that is a princely volute there, super duper lovely. I got that one from the same person I bought my golden cowrie from. Oh, look over here, I love these ones. They are the land snails. Oh my good golly goodness. This one's a apple land snail from Erin. She sent me that one. Very lovely. That one's from the United States. Oh my goodness, I don't know the English name of this one. Yeah, there we go. Let's take a look. It is a land snail found in parts of Australia. This one particularly was found in central Queensland. Super lovely. It's very, very like thin, but also chunky. I really, really like it. It's just an absolutely amazing color. Yes, carefully put it back down. This is a land snail that I found. It is the Biggenden banded land snail. The one next to it is from Sri Lanka. Mr. Sheller bought this one from the Townsville Shell Show for me, so I was very, very pleased with him. I really, really like that nice Sri Lankan land snail. This one is another local land snail. A friend of mine found this at the top of a local mountain that you can like walk up and explore and enjoy the view. I don't know the name of this one, but it came from the top of Mount Nindari, if that means anything to anyone. But the best land snails are obviously these green ones. Oh my good golly goodness. These were collected during World War II. They are that old. And I'm saying that specifically because These green Manus Island tree snails is what they're called. They cannot be imported or exported into any country anymore because they are listed on CITES. They are a heavily restricted land snail. So if you ever see these at an op shop, because I have heard of people finding them at op shops, maybe grab them. They are a hard shell to collect. They do have some value to collectors. And they're just absolutely beautiful. In the back, we have leaded olives. They are absolutely beautiful as well. Thank you very much once again to Pam for the leaded olives. Over here, we have a lot of Australian volutes. Actually, yeah, they are all from Australia. Oh my goodness, I don't think I gave this one enough screen time in the unboxing in the last episode. Super duper love this Elliott's volute with the intermediate form, meaning that it has these kind of like U-shaped stripes going through it at various places, rather than just being all straight and wavy like the other Elliott's volutes. Super, super unusual, super lovely. Oh, I'm gonna have to like straighten out everything as I go along. A Damon's volute here. This one was the Jamratch's volute. I'm saying that wrong. I'd have to look at the last unboxing to get the name right. There are Gray's volutes under there. Oh my goodness, a little self-collected Baylor shell with a wibbly wobbly freakish little tip on it. Very, very cute. I got that one from Harvey Bay. Behind it is a fossilized sand dollar. I can't really get it out, but it is very large. It's like a rock, but it's just beautiful with that petaloid pattern on it. Oh my goodness, did I mention that this was like the volute shelf? But there are also some Murexes here, but I want to look at the rest of the volutes first. Oh yeah, there are olive shells up here. Could I tell you the name of these olives now? No, I absolutely could not. I can't remember them. Underneath there is my angel wing and a few tulip shells from America, from the United States, I should say specifically. Yes, volute shells. Oh my goodness, I found this one. I think it's just easier to mention the ones that I have found because most of them I have not found. That's a magnificent volute that I found. Same with him. These three here are absolutely lovely. They are all endemic to New Zealand. They are the Arabic volutes. This one's beautiful because it's got a lot of black shell or black oxidization on it where the shell changed color because it was sitting in black sand. The one next to it did not do any such thing. It is once again an Arabic volute though, with just a different kind of variation of color on it. Super duper lovely. Oh my goodness, this is my best Baylor shell that I've found so far. Just got some nice natural shine on it. And once again, it is blackened, just like that Arabic volute was. Oh my goodness. This one is from Queensland. I think you can only find it in some of the reefs in the Great Barrier Reef. It is the beautiful volute. Because it is so beautiful, that was a very on-the-nose name. More Gray's volute, another Elliott's volute. This one is a wavy volute from the southern areas of Australia. And there's more, actually, yes, all of these, except for the 3 New Zealand volutes, they are all Australian volutes. Australia has a lot of really, really lovely volutes. Like you hear about Florida having the Junonia, the Juno's volute, and you're like, and I always think to myself, like, what, they've only got one volute? Like Australia has dozens of volutes that are like as beautiful. Anyway, that's just me being spoiled for choice. This one's a cute one too. It is the Cape Morton volute. I bought this one from Shell World in Yeppoon after I was the only one I bought there because I spent so much money and time buying all of these other shells from the shell show earlier. I remember this one's name was something like Amoria canaliculata or something. I don't remember what the actual English name of that was. Oh, this one's super cool. So same with the fossilized cowrie up there. This one is also a fossilized shell. It is a fossilized volute from Victoria. So it's an Australian fossil. Oh, it's so cool. Super cool. And these little orange volutes are ones that I found in Yeppoon. Very nice. Down here are my super rare red lined bubbles. Is that the right name for them? We're going with that. A few more bits and bobs on the side here. These 3 are different harp shells. My favorite is probably the African harp that I got from the Brisbane Shell Show in 2023, I think it was. Harpa cabriti. So cabrit's harp is the other name for that. Super, super lovely. Down here are some juvenile Florida fighting conches. I think they look as nice as the the mature ones. I got 3 mature ones under there from Pam. So thank you once again to Pam for those. I'm sorry, there are West Indian fighting conches. I think they were reclassified or renamed or something. Or conchs. I'm going to call them conches until I go to America, and then I will play game. Anyway, these ones are really nice too. They are royal bubble shells. The pink stripes on them glow bright pink under UV light. The bigger one, actually, is it bigger? They're about the same size, but the chunkier looking one was one that I found here. And I think that other one is from Hawaii. So yeah, it has a bit of a range throughout throughout the Pacific area. Oh my goodness, a couple more land snails. My lighting is like blowing out the side here, but there are brown line paper bubbles in there. There is a chunky olive there. This olive is very nice. That was one from the Mexican shell unboxing. Thank you very much once again to Erin for the, I think it was called the wide-mouthed olive. Behind it, or underneath it, sorry, they are Humphreys Wendell traps from somewhere in Texas, I believe. This one's a little self-collected granulated frog shell. Oh, he's super cute. Really, really like him. And in there is some little like spiky bits and bobs. There's some flamingo tongue cowries in there. Or I think they're not cowries, but they're close enough to cowries. Oh, I almost forgot to mention the Murexes. Oh my good golly goodness. Am I going too fast or too slow, everyone? This one I got from a souvenir store around here. It is the Snipes Bill Murex because it's got such a long siphon tail. I just really like it. This is a very nice size for that one. I believe it's a good size. Super lovely shell. I got that one from the same souvenir store actually. Oh, this one's nice. Let's take a look at him. These two down here, I believe are apple Murexes from Florida. Yes, we got the regular size, and then we've got the Big Mama size, so she's a pretty large one. This one I got from the Yeppoon Shell Show too. I just thought to myself, oh, is that giant? It looks pretty giant to me. That's a nice one to buy. So I got that one. I forget what this Murex is called. If I recall correctly, it is from Japan, once again from the Yeppoon Shell Show. I don't have a lot of luck finding Murexes. Like, how many of these Murexes did I collect myself? One. It was this one. It's the little black one. I don't find a lot of very nice Murexes, so I'm kind of stuck buying them. Absolutely. Oh, actually, I don't know if this one's a Murex. This one's a rock shell, which is technically in the Murex family. This one's from California. I think it was the plated or lamellated rock shell because of those platings on it. Oh, that's super cool, though. Little Cabrit's Murex there from Florida. Oh my good golly goodness, I like this one too. It is a Tweed Murex. This one is from Keppel Bay in Queensland, I think is what the data on it was when I did that unboxing a while ago. This one's so nice too. This is from Western Australia. It is the, oh my goodness, Swainson's Murex. I didn't get that right. Oh God, I forgot the name of it already. I did that unboxing with shells just like this one not that long ago. How did I already forget it? This one is also from Australia. It's from the southern parts of Australia. I think it was a tri-wing Murex. Super lovely. And the one next to it is also another tri-wing Murex, just with a different color and like a different frond patterning on it. Oh my good golly goodness. Oh, let's look at one more Murex. Yes, why not? It is oh my goodness, Zambo's Murex. That was the name of it. Oh, super lovely. Oh, and a Laciniate Murex next to it. Oh, super lovely too. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, I do like the Murexes. Over here, we also have my conch shells. Yep, oh, there we go. We've got a spider conch right here. I forget the name of this one, but Mr. Sheller gave it to me. Oh gosh, don't touch things, Maddie. Another spider conch. I think that one's a bubble conch. That one's a silver conch. This one's a scorpion conch. Oh my good golly goodness. And now, yes, I do think I want to look at the bottom shelf. It has had the most changes since the last cabinet tour, but I need to sit down on the ground for that. So let me just get down real quick. And there we go. This is the bottom shelf. It is like so much better than how it was in the last one. Like the last time I did this, I had about an hour to sort out the bottom shelf. This time I had the appropriate amount of time to make something look hopefully a heck of a lot better than last time. Also, I crammed in so many more shells down here, and yet still There are so many shells I just was not able to fit into my shell cabinet this time. But for now, let's keep looking. Over here, I have my own urchin finds from Barham Heads in Queensland. There's some purple ones. There's some green ones. These things can stand up to bleach much better than my Sputnik sea urchin. So yeah, totally fine to bleach them. Oh, these are nice. These are nice right in front. These are from New Zealand. They are, I think they were called circular saw shells. I might be getting that wrong. Absolutely beautiful. So thank you again to Ruth who sent them to me. I feel really guilty because she sent me a very nice polished abalone as well, and it just would not fit in here. But a lot of the other shells she sent fit in here. I'll find a better place for that abalone. It will be glorious. In here is one of my little glass jars. I filled it with landscaping pebbles that I got for when I did a DIY crafting video at the end of last year. I filled up my jar with the rest of some more of the pebbles, and I have stuck in some auger shells and mitre shells. This is an auger shell that Mr. Sheller gave to me. I don't actually know the name of this one, but it's very nice. Over here we've got one of them is I think that's a pontifical mitre, and this one was the Mitra mitre. I don't remember. I'm sorry, everyone. Beautiful though, having them all sticking up like that. I'm super pleased with how that looks. Ooh, over here, I do have my moon snail section over here. This one almost didn't fit, but I wanted to cram it in somewhere. It is a beautiful Gaudy Nautica from Florida. So yes, he goes right there. Up here is my helmet and bonnet sections. That's a little banded bonnet right there. Here is the bullmouth helmet from Jan, so thank you very much to her. Also, I can see cobwebs behind it. Don't look at the wall behind the shell cabinet. It's got some cobwebs on it. Oh my god. It's very hard to clean these sections, everyone. Please be understanding. A cute little bonnet that I bought from the Brisbane Shell Show right there. I've got myself another banded bonnet up here, self-collected, a striped bonnet which I was sent, and a checkerboard bonnet, a little checkerboard bonnet. That one is a Scotch bonnet from Florida. This one is the New Zealand pear bonnet. Oh, super cool. Down here are some bi-coloured pen shells, as well as some more mitre shells. Up here is the glorious Nerite shelf. Look at how much faith I have in these acrylic platforms. Anyways, super lovely. I don't think I mentioned this last time. These orange ones are very nice. Mr. Sheller collected them for me himself. They are little polished Nerites from northern Queensland, I want to say. They can come in orange, they come in green, they come in a lot of colours. They're super cool. I've got, oh my goodness, that one was from Mexico, I think, from the Mexican Shell Unboxing. That's a chameleon Nerite. I don't want to lean in too much because I'm afraid I'm going to knock something is what it's coming down to. A lot of beautiful Nerites. I won't spend too much time talking about them. Ooh, in here, again, don't knock anything. They are all of my self-collected droop shells. That is the toad droop. That is an orange droop. That is a humped rock shell right at the back there, Maddie. Do not knock anything. Don't touch it. I'm not going to touch that. A couple of urchins over here. I wanted to fit in so many more urchins. I just wasn't able to. That's a Mexican arrowhead arrow sandola. I'm sorry, I think I might have gotten that wrong. The 5 keyhole urchin from Florida. My Sputnik urchin. This urchin. These urchins are from Victoria. Behind there is like an albinistic urchin that I found at Barham Heads. I only put one of these in. I got quite a few of them. I only fit one in. It is a... Don't drop it, Maddie. Don't drop it. It is a fossilized sea urchin from Victoria. Super lovely. The empty jar actually will be filled with microshells eventually. I have a lot of microshells in the garage that I just need to rinse off and dry and put in there. So that is like to be done later. There is a vase shell up here. There we go. From the Yeppoon Shell Show. One of my lovely shells is up here. God, he's like all pointy. He hurts to touch. We'll put him up there out of the way. And there is a moon snail next to him. Over here, this is very I was quite pleased with how this turned out, although it is overcrowded now because I kept shoving more things in. It is a little shallow IKEA bowl with more of those little landscaping pebbles in it. So I emptied out all of my landscaping pebbles in there so I could stand up my bivalves instead of putting them on little platforms or little holders. Oh my goodness, right at the back here is a lion's paw scallop. This one here is an ancillid shell. It is a type of olive. I got this one from Mr. Sheller. It is paper thin, so I'm just like resting it there very, very, very gently. There is some more fossilized seashells over here. This big purple one, which I'm not going to take out, is from Tasmania. It is a commercial scallop that just got very, very massive. Oh my goodness, my spindle shells are over here. This one was also from the Mexican Shell Unboxing. It is a juvenile horse conch. I had to bleach this one because the Periostracum was still on it. And you know, Queensland is very humid. The Periostracum was starting to go moldy because that's what happens in Queensland with the humidity. So it's actually like nice and clean now. It actually, I do like it like that. Over here is from the last episode, which was the Western Australian Shell Unboxing. It is the juvenile Australian trumpet that has the absolutely elongated and fantastical tip right there. Super lovely shell. Over here are more various bivalves. Oh, this was one of the favorite shells from last year. Oh no, I found this. This is from the first episode this year. It is a lovely long-spined thorny oyster. So I've got a couple of self-collected thorny oysters in here. I've got a couple of abalones on the side. I've got my New Zealand scallop that is joined there. Absolutely beautiful. And a few other little bits and bobs. I don't know how much longer I'm going to talk about the little vase here. Is it a vase? Shallow vase? Sure. Got a couple of Wental traps, a couple of kelp shells, a little nutmeg shell in here, a little sand dollar that I got from Yapoon. He's very, very cute. Oh my goodness. A couple of shells over here. These ones, 1, 2, 3, and that one too, are from New Zealand. Oh my goodness. Ostrich foot shells, and that one was a knobbed whelk from New Zealand, I think. Oh my goodness, there is just so much. There is kind of like a hodgepodge of things behind there. It's mostly just to be colorful and enjoyable, I think. So at the back there is the green urchin is the kina from New Zealand. I got a purple urchin I bought from somewhere back there. Oh my good golly goodness. In the middle here, we've got a red triton, an Australian shell. Very nice. Mr. Sheller got that for me. There's a big frog shell that I got from somewhere over there. This little guy is a shouldered triton. One of the few I've actually been able to keep because the hermit crabs take these. I think I found this in the first 5 episodes, like 5 shelling episodes that I made. In the jar next to it are some little sundials. Yep, just shoving all my little sundials in there. They're lovely. Next to it is one that I got from a souvenir store. That one is a common hairy triton. Oh my goodness, there is so much back here. And there is the sea biscuit urchin. I got my blue azurite in there. Migrating moon snails in there. Oh my goodness, that is the sea potato, the sea biscuit, not sea biscuit. Yeah, I think it was a sea potato. Oh my goodness, there's more Wental traps. There's a fossilized clam at the back. And we have the moon snails here, although notably this one is not a moon snail. This one is called a Rapiformis. I think it's a rapper shell. I think it's in the Murex family. Don't quote me on that. I think the common name is a turnip whelk. Don't quote me on that. Oh my good golly goodness. I've got one of my violet sea snails in here. I think this is one that I collected. Oh, you know what? Don't touch it. Don't touch it. A calf moon snail, a flat sand snail, a couple of the, oh my goodness, chestnut banded sand snails. That's the ones. These are bladder moon snails that have gone completely black. So they get, I thought they were pretty cool. I put both of them there. A little New Zealand moon snail right there. A couple of other bits and bobs. A couple of threaded sand snails right there. They're super, super cute. A big sundial from Trudy there. Thank you very much to her. Over this side, I've got my turban shells. This is a polished turban from Africa, I think is where it came from. These that's a magpie turban there that's also been polished. I think that's the name of it. 1, 2, 3 are tapestry turbans. Mr. Sheller got them for me. I don't know where he got them from. I don't know, like North Queensland or Vanuatu or Papua New Guinea, somewhere in the Indo-Pacific. Underneath here are various other shells from various places. There's some large pheasant shells there. There's just bits and bobs from kind of everywhere. Underneath here are my top shells. Oh my goodness, you can't see them very well, but those ones there are from Victoria. I was given these little orange ones. Oh my goodness, and these other ones here are from New Zealand. I'm sorry, you can't see them very well, and I can't exactly pick them up because there are all of these cone shells in the way. There is a lot of cone shells. We'll look at them maybe last, I think, because over here I do want to show my Wendell Trap gel. Hold on, let me just take off the, I think that was a Megalodon tooth, or at least partially one. Let me just put that up and away for now. Over here is a very hodgepodge amount of self-collected Wendell traps. So yes, a lot of the Wendell traps that I find from Hervey Bay have just been chucked into here. So yep, that's their resting place for now. There we go, put them back. And of course, oh my goodness, there are cone shells. So last time I did a shell cabinet tour, they were arranged kind of like in a U shape around a central thing. I don't know if I like this more or less, but we're going to keep it like this for now. We've got a very large geography cone at the back here. It is like, I don't want to say paper thin, but it is a very thin shell. I got this particular one from the Brisbane Shell Show back in 2023. This is also a geography cone, but it was from the home beach. Why is there an ant down there? Ant, what are you doing? This place was like, I feel like a crime has been committed against me by this ant. I'm sorry, I got distracted. This one is a little, oh my goodness, was it the Princely cone? I feel like that's wrong, but we're gonna go with that. That was also from the Brisbane Shell Show. I forgot, are these general cones or admiral cones? I think they're admiral cones. One of these was from somewhere in the Indo-Pacific. I think this little one was actually from my home state of Queensland, so that's very, very nice. Beautiful kinds of cone shells. These little ones here are self-collected soldier cone and 2 little baby captain cones. Oh, this is nice. We'll have a little look at this one. This is another fossil shell that was from the Victorian Shell unboxing. Absolutely lovely fossil cone shell. Super excited. Like really, thank you to Ravi who sent me the Victorian shells. They are just like, the fossils in particular really captured my interest, although all of them were very, very nice. A little Hebrew cone back here with some very atypical markings. Like he has a white band right there where his markings are not apparent. I found this one, like in my first 20 or so episodes. It is a fairly nice textile cone. It's not perfect, but I was like super excited to find it as one of my my first big finds in the early days. Over here we got a big leaded cone, I think. I can't tell the difference between leaded cones and leopard cone, so it's one of those two. That one's a beach cone. Oh, this one's from Ruth from Florida. A beautiful chocolatey colored alphabet cone. Absolutely so thankful she gave me that. That is absolutely beautiful. This one, this one was the Admiral cone, wasn't it? I don't know. I got this one from the Yeppoon Shell Show. Super lovely. It's like the textile cone, but it's got gold bands around it and slightly different shaped white tooth-like patterns. This one has beautiful tooth. This one is all tooth-like patterns. This one is a marbled cone. Absolutely lovely. This blue cone in the front is one that Wayne found, Mr. Scheller found, while snorkeling in northern New South Wales at his secret spot. The name of it wasn't an anemone cone. I think it was the Papillion cone. Don't quote me on that. Like I said, I can't remember the name of all of these shells anymore. This is one that I found, another nice textile cone. This one's actually shinier than the big one that I showed earlier. A couple of other nice little small ones that I found. We've got a marriage cone. We've got a couple more marriage cones. We've got the 1,000-spot cone. Very, very nice. Oh, this one's a little bruised cone, and there's an even smaller bruised cone right next to it that I found. Also, that ant is driving me crazy. Oh my good golly goodness. Florida cones there, and a variety of other cones. Oh, this is the cat cone that I found and cleaned up. I forgot to put oil on it. It is feeling a bit rough in places, but yeah, it cleaned up really nicely. I meant to do a shell cleaning short for it, and I never did. Super lovely cat cone. It's like one of only 2 that I found and the only good one that I found. So yeah, super excited for that. There is a lovely, I think it was it's a fig shell. It was a graceful fig, I think. Yeah, probably. And these ones are little anemone cones, also from Australia. Same with these ones also being from Australia. These ones, the little blue and orange ones, are called the back end cone as their English name. I forget their scientific name, but they're from New South Wales, and they are once again from Mr. Scheller. So thank you very much to Mr. Scheller. And oh my good golly goodness, I'm sure I've missed a whole heckin' heap of shells to talk about in all three of these beautiful shells to have all of my have all of my shells displayed on. Oh, look at the bottoms of the cowries. Oh, that's exciting. I'm sorry, I could talk about cowries for way too long. So yes, everyone, I think that is the end of the shell cabinet tour. Seriously, thank you so much for listening to me ramble about my favorite shells that I've collected over the last, oh my goodness, 2.5 years now, almost 3 years. So yes, that is the entire display, and I will say that anything that couldn't fit in here, I had to unfortunately put away into these 2 boxes here because there is just like so many shells, and I just absolutely could not fit all of them into my cabinet this time. I can't even I'm sorry, I'm sitting in the way. I will eventually have to take some things out, take some out there, and just kind of rotate the stock around. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this big tour, this big video, and I hope you're all having a fantastic day. But that's it for this time, everyone. Bye, guys.